For 500 years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich, but empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world from the ashes of the old.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are embarking on an epic adventure in Mount and Blade 2 of Bannerlord. People have been asking for a brand new Let's Play for some time. Well, here it is. And of course, I didn't want to just make any old campaign. I wanted to make this as special and as epic as possible throughout the game, from the early, mid, and late game, which definitely does suffer. So with the help of Nectorion, who has been extremely generous with his time going ahead and crafting the Among Us mod playlist, we have something that I think is very, very exciting. This mod list is roughly around about 100 mods and completely changes the game. From stuff like Banner Kings, which makes the actual campaign side of things extremely exciting, a little bit more difficult, and just a whole wealth of new features, stuff like population, technology, as well as income and just management of settlements, which will hopefully make the mid to late game really exciting. We have stuff like Caradia Faction Enhance that goes ahead and changes all the lords, adds in new minor faction, changes all the armors of a lot of the factions with stuff like open source armory, Swardian armor, and the gear armor. It goes ahead and creates a completely new experience. Speaking of which, we also have Caradia Expanded, which goes ahead and enhances the map in so many beautiful ways. And we also have Realistic Battle mod with the actual AI and armor modules as well, because we have patches for that, so battles themselves will feel way more alive. They'll be slower, which will allow for more tactics and hopefully just create such an epic experience. That is, of course, not all the mods we are using, though. That was just kind of some of the main overhaul ones, which I think are worth mentioning. There are tons of other ones, and you can find the entire list over on my Discord. The link to that will be down below in the description, along with a pretty useful install guide that Nectorion has gone ahead and developed, so again, a massive shout out to him. Finally, I am planning on turning this into a streaming campaign. However, I am also going to be recording them without the webcam and stuff, so don't worry if you're not a fan of the long format stream campaigns. I'm going to go ahead and edit them down and upload them just like normal episodes, so hopefully it will be the best of both worlds, and that is something that people have been asking for quite a while now. So please, 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 if you do enjoy either either the live streams or the edited down episodes, make sure to go ahead and drop a like and a comment, because I'm only going to kind of go to that effort if it gets received well. So please do let me know in the comments, and by obviously dropping a like down below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in this campaign. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pick the Valandians in this one, because not only do they have just an absolutely beautiful roster that you guys will see when we dive into the actual campaign, but we also have mods on that actually go ahead and increase the speed at which we level up on our normal stats, as well as increasing the amount of renown we have. I believe it's currently 50% more experience and about 100% more renown gain. That should mean playing as a mercenary is actually a ton of fun and will help progress that kind of gap between clan rank 2 and clan rank 4, where kind of the late game does begin. And of course, Valandia does do some great stuff with that, a bit more renown gain, and also the influence and income while serving as a mercenary is going to be very important, because there are so many more costs in Banner Kings that we'll have to take into account. Okay, so here our character is. He basically looks like pixelated Apollo when he had his long hair, the glorious locks, and hopefully one day he'll grow it back out so I can just stroke it. But here we go. This is Dong. He is part of the glorious Dong Dragon clan, and you guys will see why. Also, look how beautiful these horses are with some of the mods we have on. Of course, we're playing on Bannerlord difficulty because I am a pro gamer, and let's just get this bad boy started. So we are immediately greeted with the Banner Kings system. This basically gives you a little bit of backstory, allows you to basically start in some areas and boost your campaign. You can basically start as an indebted lord, so you start in an actual clan, which is really cool, but you're in a very tricky situation. We're going to pick mercenary here. I'm not going to go too much into detail with all of this stuff, but yeah, I think mercenary is going to be a perfect one for us to kick off the campaign. So we basically start with a mercenary band of a handful of soldiers, and which is nice. However, the party is falling apart. Our morale is going to be really bad for the first 5 years of the game, but we also start with the mercenary lifestyle. So as soon as we hit clan rank 2, we're going to be earning a lot of money. As you can see, things are going to be a little bit scary. Also, we are a criminal in one of the clans. We're going to go with Britannia because that's a faction we're going to be fighting with for some time. This is also another part of Banner Kings. This is religion. It's not really fully implemented into the game quite yet. However, you can see we are part of this bottom one right now because we are Valandian culture, and it's more about the epic Valandian kind of chivalrous deeds. That's how you kind of gain these bonuses. All them traits are kind of favored by that religion, but it's something that we're going to kind of mess around with a little bit, I guess, but not massively. You can also see right here, whilst we are called the Dong Dragons, you know, definitely a mighty banner that will be held throughout all of Valandia. So first things first, I think it's a good idea to go ahead and finish up the level ups. We have a point in charm, riding, and also polearm. We're going to go ahead and pick cavalry. We are going to go heavy elite horses towards the mid to late game in this one. So kind of leveling up our riding and polearm is going to be super important. I'm also going to go ahead and take full speed, so we actually get increased charge damage with the extra bonuses to RBM and realistic battle mod and all the ultimate mounts. Charging into an enemy line from the back actually does give a large amount of damage, so I think boosting that is going to be exciting. I want to basically charge into archers and just absolutely devastate them. We could also gain a bit more influence from winning tournaments, which I actually think is a really good one, because when we become a mercenary, a little tip for you is the influence you get for winning tournaments also actually goes ahead and gives you money, so you end up earning so much cash from that, especially considering we also have the lifestyle of being a mercenary. The first one also gives us extra kind of recruiting mercenary troops being cheaper, but when we level it up, we actually end up getting more money from being a mercenary. Yeah, influence is 20% more profitable, so we're just going to be earning absolute like banks of cash, which is going to be important because stuff is not cheap in Banner Kings whatsoever. We also have some actual free attribute points and also some focus points to stick in. I'm going to go ahead and stick a point in one-handed. That's going to be useful at some point, I'm sure. I'm going to also level up our vigor because being able to fight is going to be kind of important, and I'm also going to go another point in endurance. Leveling up our stewardship is kind of useful, but also we're going to have someone go ahead and do this for us at some point, so it's always a hard choice. But I think dropping a point in there, maybe another point in spear, and we have one more point. I guess we'll just stick one in athletics because, again, we're going to be on foot in tournaments and stuff to begin with. So, looking at our party, we have a whole range of soldiers right off the bat. This is our mercenary party right here. Some decent warriors, no one too too special, but we're going to have to basically try and bring them to bear as quickly as possible. You can also see the wages were immediately paid, and we are now broke. We have no food and no water. So that's something we're going to go ahead and immediately address. I think one of the best ways of doing that is selling all your civilian clothes right off the bat. That's 700 gold. That should be somewhat decent. We also actually have a couple sumpter horses. I'm going to sell 2 of them because we just don't need the carry capacity, and that will give us up to 1,000 gold. We'll immediately buy. I mean, this is the problem. At the beginning of the game, stuff is so expensive, but I guess we're going to buy some cheese. That will keep us alive for how many days? That will give us 8 days of food. That is plenty. And then we, of course, also need water to go ahead and keep us alive. So with that stuff bought, we have a couple days with 8 days of food. We have, I think, 7 days of water, and we have about 3 days of actual of money to pay the troops. So we're going to need to go ahead and find some stuff to do quite quickly. We have some spears needed for militia. That's quite a good one to earn money. And we also have brigands. I'm not sure if we're going to be high enough to do this. We have some mods on, again, that adds in more missions. Yeah, this is actually a perfect one to hunt down bandits. That's what we're going to want to do anyway. And it's going to give us 500 gold. We're going to get extra experience. So we now have to go basically on the lookout for some brigands and hope we can find enough of them to progress. Also, if I go back to the village as well, we can actually take a look at some of the unit trees as well. So this is the Valandian troop tree right here. Kind of starts off quite basic, nothing too crazy, but develops into some awesome stuff. And then obviously at the end of the unit tree, you get these amazing looking units. There's so many different variants. Really, the high tier unit tree just looks absolutely awesome. On the left as well, you can also start to see some scum and villainy units as well spawning. So there's going to be tons of bandits and sub-factions that are all going to be very interesting to basically have to navigate. There's going to be some scary parties as well. I believe some of the unit rosters can get up to anywhere to like 300-400 soldiers, which will be, yeah, very scary indeed. Okay, a nice little battle right here. We can chase these guys down and catch them. Only 4 of them, unfortunately, but we need to do this. I was also looking around for some tournaments because that's going to be a great way in the early game for us to make some money. But keep in mind, we have the realistic battle mod on, and we also have other stuff, which is going to be, you know, maybe not as strong as we'd like. This is a battle, though. We can just literally straight up charge and, yeah, just take out the enemy without much issue whatsoever. Luckily, these are just like bandit spawns in, so there's only 4 of them. Are they already running? I'm actually not too sure if they are, but we should be able just to, you know, slice these guys down and bring them out pretty easily without too much hassle whatsoever. Again, we are in light armor as well, and with RBM, they could quite easily finish us off. Just like that, 28 damage is pretty goddamn simple. And just like that, the first battle is under our control. Absolutely love it. We get a little prisoner as well, so I'll take that. And a little bit of loot. Again, the food is going to be what's really important because that stuff is going to be very expensive. So let's look for probably the last clan right there. Again, avoiding everybody else that is going to be spawning in. You'll be able to tell, by the way, who's friendly and who's not if you've never seen Block's banners before, which again, look absolutely beautiful. You'll be able to tell basically the outline is whether we're neutral with them. If it's black, we're neutral. If it's red, we're at war. And if it's green, then they're an ally. So it's an easy way to go ahead and determine who is who. And here we go, another little battle. At the moment, we don't have to fight. That's going to go ahead and complete the mission quite nicely. And then we have to put these guys to good use. We really do. And also some extra gear as well. The honey's going to be nice for us to go ahead and use, and we can sell the other stuff. And there's that mission done right there, which actually automatically completes, which is even better. Okay, cool. So I think I'm going to head up north now through the Valandian territory and look for a tournament, because a tournament with the cash we have could be pretty good. Again, they're not going to be easy tournaments. We have RBM on, we have the RBN armor on, and I believe everybody will be set to tier 2 or tier 3 armor. So tournaments are going to be difficult, especially with our stats, but something we should be able to achieve quite nicely. But we're basically looking for big enough battles that will give us a good chance of using the soldiers we have. That's what we need to do as quickly as possible. And we already have some better armor. There he is, the King of Valandia himself. If we go ahead and hunt him down, you'll be able to see he's looking very nice. And one day I will be serving you, Durhart, hopefully, and then one day I'll be taking over the Kingdom of Valandia. We can see him right there looking very cool in all the custom armor. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Okay, good. We found ourselves a tournament, which is really important because we only have a certain amount of actual money left to kind of supply the soldiers. I mean, realistically, we could also arguably get rid of a few of these like lower tier soldiers that aren't that important. Having this much infantry, I think, is fine. So I think doing that is going to be good. Yeah, that reduces our costs by about 40 gold. I'll take that. And then, ideally, if we can win ourselves a tournament, it's going to be perfect. And one of the cool things about this tournament expanded mod is we can actually join as a team. So when we get some companions later on down the line, we'll actually be able to go ahead and join as a group and actually fight in a group tournament, which will be very exciting. That does actually remind me as well that we do have a mod on called Distinguished Service. So when any of my normal soldiers do enough in battle, they'll get promoted to being a companion, and I can then name them after you guys. So be sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below with a companion name that you would like to see, and maybe even a little bit of backstory. That was really fun when we did that in the last campaign, so feel free to do that again, and I'll go ahead and pick some as we progress through the campaign itself. So first round is going to be pretty bloody. I'm going to play very safe here. I don't want to get too involved, especially with RBM and the actual armors themselves. It's going to be, yeah, very bloody. Hopefully we can tag team this guy. Yeah, nice. Good job. And we're getting tons of stats. So you can see we're doing barely any damage here as well because of our current setup. We just need to make it through to the next round. So make sure that we are the last 2 teams remaining. And you can already start to see we're getting tons of level ups down below. Basically, every hit at the moment will be giving us an experience point. That will, of course, taper off when we get around about 50. But the early levels are going to be very fast to actually level up, which is going to be nice. And I have bet all my money on this. I don't know if I should have done that. We won't be able to pay the boys if we fail, but let's just hope we don't. You know, that's the easiest way to go about it. Okay, that was looking very scary for a large portion of that game, but we've been able, I think, to just go ahead and clone this one out. They were just smashing my shield for a large portion of that, but now we should be good enough to go in and clear this out and make our way onto the next round. Because as I said, I've gone all in here, so yeah, it might look a little bit scary. You can already see as well our athletic. Oh my god, that did so much damage to me. Again, Bannerlord difficulty is going to make it way harder. Also, this is a beautiful tournament map as well. Very nice. Okay, 2v2. We're going to Valandian Halberdier and a Scout. Oh, God, that's not going to be good. Okay, just let him come into us. We have to play the game here. We have to play the game very much so here. 2v1 this guy and then deal with the last one. It's going to be super important. So let him come in and then we can start striking him. Hopefully, I don't get hit. And also, again, another really important thing you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner with RBM, oh, good shot, is a pummel hit. So if I'm too close to the enemy, that's going to go ahead and reduce my damage. So I need to make sure that I'm at a perfect distance away. That is not good. That is not good at all. Luckily, I can play as this guy, and we just need to make sure we win. Oh my god, thank god we cleared that one off. I can't believe it took 150 damage. Again, with RBM, if you get a critical hit on someone, if you like hit their weak spot, you do tons of damage. Okay, oh my god, no. This is gonna have to be so try hard. Why do we get a shield? Okay, gamer mode activated. Let's do this. Oh my god, thank god we got a good hit right there. That was so nervous because as you guys saw, I took so much damage in some of the rounds, and that's big. 2,400 actual kind of earnings right there. We get monetary reward for being as a champion. We gain a little bit of extra money, and we also gain a heater shield. That's going to basically sort out our money issues for some time. My god, that was lucky. So boom, just like that, we have a 6 grand. You may be thinking that is a lot of money. That's kind of basically just sorted out our initial kind of cash. We can maybe buy a little bit of extra armor, but there's so much to worry about in this game when it comes to actual money. You know, some of the best armor is going to be way out of our reach for a long, long time. Even some of the medium armor is going to be way out of our reach. But we can obviously spend a little bit of this to go maybe get ourselves like a cape and maybe a helmet as well to go ahead and just help us out. Even just something like this would be decent enough armor for now. Kind of expensive, and again, obviously our costs do kind of rack up. But I think that is definitely a good start, and we can obviously, of course, buy a little bit more food, which should hopefully, gotten a little bit cheaper now, as well as all the villagers obviously kind of add up the extra supply. We'll buy some more water as well, get up there on that. Yeah, 22 food is enough food, and that's nice. Okay, I feel a lot safer. We don't have to be worrying 24/7, and winning that tournament was very lucky because you guys saw how quickly I went down. Luckily, our athletics went up, and I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the extra experience. The extra HP, I think, is always really useful. People underrate that, I think, quite a lot. We also gained an extra point right here with our deflectability and also a ton of extra focus points. Yeah, we leveled up a lot from them 3 battles that we've done. So actually, speaking of things that we're going to be able to spend our money on in the game, estates is going to be one of them. We can actually buy land inside of villages and they'll give us kind of residual income and also other bonuses as well. We'll have a little bit more influence on a village without actually owning it. So it's kind of a nice way of spending that money. They're expensive, of course, you know, 90,000, 80,000, 85,000, but these will give us bonuses which we'll want to go ahead and take advantage of. I believe also it will give us access to more recruitment as well. So again, that's kind of another thing that, you know, making it so that money is going to be extremely useful. And actually, with the changes to the way that recruitment is done in Banner Kings, actually having access to a good amount of soldiers is really important, because you'll notice like there's not going to be much recruitment in these early ones, but they go very, very later on, and they don't spawn as much because of the way Banner Kings is set up with population and stuff. That all goes into it. So having access to the estates and actually having access to more troops is going to be imperative. Right now, though, we are just clearing out some Eastern bandits. This is going to be a hard battle. They're all cavalry, so it's not like it's going to be a walk in the park. We do, of course, outnumber them and have some cavalry of our own. But yeah, this is going to be not the easiest battle in the world. Luckily, we have some good terrain to our advantage. So I'm going to stick them boys up there. The archers are going to go up here as well, and hopefully I can bring the cavalry to bear on the enemy and yeah, clear these guys out. So let's get the cavalry to go ahead and follow me, and we're going to charge into battle against some scary ass units for them to have. Luckily, some good damage. Oh, that's a nice little headshot right there. And I'm hoping they'll just clash into my line. Luckily, they're lightly armored. Oh, it looks like we've already lost a horse right there as they push off. How's the front line doing? Yeah, I think fairly okay. The crossbows should be shooting. Yeah, the crossbows should be shooting on them. That shouldn't be too difficult. Let's move out. Can we get this bag armor back? Oh, just a little bit too far off. That's fine. But we can maybe follow up as we go in. Maybe catch them downhill. We really need to invest in a better horse, like ASAP. Oh, some of them have been caught on the actual tree itself. Can we come in right there? Yes, this is perfect. Now that we've stunned them down, this is where we go and pin them out. Yeah, at least take out their horses or take out them. It's another one hopefully taken care of. Is he going to escape? No, boom, that's him taken care of. And you can already start to see like the experience gain we're gaining isn't anything too crazy right now. Crossbows going in. I'm just going to dismount maybe and just try and take them out this way, because if I can stop their horses, then the infantry should hopefully take them out. As you guys may notice in this battle, like the amount of damage that they do is a lot of it is coming down to actually charging into the battle line. Boom, nice. The enemy's fleeing the battle again. I was a little bit scared. We lost 2 mercenary crossbowmen, which kind of sucks, but overall not too bad. Oh, we actually saved one of the barons. Wait, what? Did we, I mean, get lost? I don't want to have anything to do with any barons. Oh, we can actually go in and obviously take one again. You'll feel my steel, and I can just send in the boys. I mean, I think he got captured. Yeah, I think he got captured. Get lost. Get out of my face. Right there. And boom, there's one of the gangs hunted down that we need. And again, not an easiest battle, but you can start to see our money is dwindling a little bit. I do want to try and recruit some more soldiers, but you can see it's hard to grab a lot. So we're going to arrive at Ox Hill right here. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to see if there's anything cheap we can buy here and maybe sell elsewhere. You can also see kind of with the color of profits what is like high in Cal Radio, what is low. Again, a lot of these prices don't update until I visit them. These are all the base prices. So again, beer might seemingly sell for good profit in Galland, but there's no guarantee whatsoever that it will. I'm going to buy a little bit though, because I'm going to be foolish and buy some stuff and start leveling up my stats. Yes, I am. So we're going to go to Galland anyway. We're going to head down there. So let's just buy, I don't know, 10 barrels. Boy, for 600. Boys might drink a barrel or 2, but it should be fine. So another thing I didn't even mention as well is we do have the Forbury mod on. The Forbury mod is absolutely amazing. It opens up a completely different avenue of playing. So we're going to be able to utilize the Forbury mod to not only interact with bandit hideouts, so there'll be tons of stuff we can do right there, but we can also kind of start our own criminal enterprise, which is something we're going to definitely need to do, because in the mid to late game, there's assassinations, there's mass prison breaks, there's tons of events. You can start riots in the streets of enemy cities. There's tons of stuff we're going to be able to do, which, as I said, is something I'm really looking forward to in this campaign, is to basically go ahead and make the mid to late game just as fun as the early game. Unfortunately, we failed there. We tried to scam the people of Ox Hill, didn't go too well. But also, we can actually go ahead and talk to the current gang leader here, and we can get a little question right here. I want to prove my skill to you, and basically we'll have some options to do. Whether we want to maybe go after some of the local guards and kind of clear them out. We can go and pickpocket people, which is ideally probably one of the easiest things to do in the game, because all you have to do is go to the city center and go up to someone and actually just press middle mouse button on them, and boom, just like that, we gain 7 gold and also a lot of points in roguery. Now, this is a surefire way of leveling up your criminal rating in a region, because if you get caught, you get, yeah, you can see right there, immediately get another point. So you want to be very careful, and it's only like 7, 8, 10 gold. It's really not anything too special. Boom, right there. You know, it's a very scary way. Also, it's the perfect kind of weather for us. But yeah, we have to basically go ahead and steal, I think, a little bit of gold from these guys. And boom, just as you do enough people, you go ahead and succeed in that. Our charm went up by 2 ranks, which is really nice. But I think I got like 6 or 7 criminal rating from that, which is a lot. If you get to like 20, the clan kicks you out and you're not allowed to go into cities and stuff. However, we did progress a little bit with the sleepy solid right there, and we'll obviously, you know, kind of progress down here. You can see all the different things you can do. You can, and they do kind of take you out into different regions. Generally, you don't want to go ahead and, you know, kind of do this in the factions you want to go ahead and support. So we're going to probably go to the Empire to build a bit of a criminal empire, because, I mean, goddamn, it's in the name, so why not? But yeah, you don't want to kind of do that where you sleep, because if you do, you're going to obviously run into some negative effects. Okay, so another good mission right there. That town needs grain, only 30 bushels as well, and they'll go ahead and give us either a relationship or we'll gain extra money. I think that's definitely worth doing. Yeah, oh, we don't even have 30 here, and oh, they do actually. Yeah, but you have 30 bits of grain, which is nice. Kind of expensive though. It's not really worth it. But I'm going to do it anyway, just because it's good to kind of get that relationship built in the kingdom as much as possible with random cities. The more we do that, the better it is going to be. The more recruitment slots we're going to unlock, and we'll actually grab up some more soldiers right off the bat. And we'll go ahead and give him his grain, a nice easy one. About that task you gave me, here's your grain. And boom, just like that, we gain some more charm, a little bit of our extra relationship, which, as I said, we're going to want to be building as quickly as possible. And also, our charm leveled up, which is good. So we can gain extra renown for solving issues, completing missions. Not a bad one, but I think I'm going to go with the tournament and influence gain, because, again, I want to go really hard on being a good mercenary and just earning tons of money through that way. So we're already gaining extra money for being a mercenary, 20% more profitable for every influence we gain. We've already gained the swordsman trait, I believe. That gives us with Valandian, which gives us more renown. So just by picking this, more influence from battles is going to completely drop into our cash reserves, which is going to be super, super nice. Ooh, we've actually got a battle of angry mobs right here. These guys aren't, you know, kind of ridiculously unarmored, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful, especially with RBM. These battles aren't going to be super easy. We're going to form a shield wall, though. I've generally found, actually, with RBM, that these smaller battles are a little bit kind of weirder to fight, if that makes sense. You guys will notice when the enemy gets a little bit closer, they're a lot more hesitant, but it makes for larger battles incredible. Like, I feel like if there was a way to make it where, like, certain units had, like, different behaviors where they would just rush you, that would be really, really cool. I don't think that is quite possible, unfortunately. So yeah, everybody kind of has to react the same. So the big battles and the small battles are all the same. But I generally think that the actual kind of large scale battles are just absolutely incredible, and they're going to be worth watching, because you can see the AI is a little bit more hesitant. I mean, actually, I say that. These guys are being quite aggressive, honestly, on our shield wall. So maybe they have found a way to do that. And one of the things I love about RBM as well is just, like, people care about their lives. The battles aren't just a massive mosh pit of, like, you know, dead, like, soulless warriors. Let's bring back our... Oh, my God, hello. They're not just like a dead, like, soulless battles where the AI doesn't care for its life. Like, the AI is actually quite kind of, you know, standoffish, and they don't want to just charge into battle and die like, kind of, you know, their life has no meaning, which I think makes the battles kind of feel way more realistic and way more enjoyable. So we should just be able to push on them now without too much hassle. I'm not sure how much HP I have as well, so I do need to be a little bit careful. You can see my sword is bouncing off a lot of their armors as well. I need to maybe aim for their weak spots, like their head is probably a little bit weaker. And there you go, boom, the battle has been won, which is good. And we should, again, complete this mission, get 500 gold from this. And I'm just going to take the battle. It's a good experience there as well. Leveling up our tactics is going to be good. Some good renown as well. 3 renown from a battle like that is perfect. It should hopefully make it so we can almost hit clan rank 1 and become a mercenary from the next episode right off the bat. Question is, do I want to level these guys up? I think leveling up maybe the mercenaries is going to be good, but I don't think I'm going to go to the higher blades, because I also think as well, we'll take the crossbows for sure. I also think that a lot of these soldiers actually aren't RBM compatible, I've found, so we're going to leave them for now. Also, could be interesting. So each of the custom scum and villainy unit trees also come with their very own kind of unit roster as well. So there's some really exciting units. We could actually recruit these vagabonds to level them up into like these amazing bloodhounds or the siege warriors who I think have like explosive grenades. Yeah, I think they have explosive ammunition. Yeah, explosive bolts. The black guards. Yeah, the black guard look incredible. Executioners. You know, having these type of units in our roster is actually a good idea, and I'm going to grab a couple to hopefully level up if they survive. And also a massive increase in armor. Yeah, boom, we'll definitely take that sword right there. That's going to be a big upgrade. We also have a better cape. I love capes. Capes are so cool. I guess we'll take that. Not better armor in the foot, and also some food and grain. And again, getting the extra food and stuff is really, really important. And we do just need to finish these guys off, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. Send in the troops. The boys should clear that one out. Actually getting some good loot from them as well. Not complaining there whatsoever. And nice, we completed that mission. Again, that's an extra 500 gold, some more charm. And now we can head back to Ox Hill, sell our gear. Probably look for maybe another tournament would be not a bad idea. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I think there was a big old battle between a lot of these factions and these sub-factions as well. Because yeah, I guess I can show you guys as well. There are tons of minor factions in the actual clans. These are minor factions, so these guys don't have full peerage, whereas these are the major clans. These are kind of just like minor lords that you might see, might not see, but nothing too crazy. And then you also have all the cartels and stuff. But there's also, like, if we go to the actual clans themselves, there's tons and tons of neutral clans to mess around with that, you know, that are not necessarily part of a faction or a part of a, you know, a cult. The Kingslayers, for example, these I believe are scum and villainy. The Kingslayers were originally mercenaries for hire and have fought many wars of the kingdom, and they have their very own unit roster and stuff. So again, experimenting with all these minor clans is going to be really cool. We have actually gone ahead and arrived here for a tournament. The beer can sell for a little bit of a profit, and again, I love the color of profit mod because it actually shows you how much money you'd make. So we could sell like one of these for 18% profit. And again, go back a little bit. Yeah, and there's a little bit of money, a little bit of trade skill, which I'll definitely take. Oh, and we leveled up our stewardship as well, which is really good. So we can go ahead and either get recruitment cost, or we can get party to no morale penalty, which I guess is not going to be too bad because we are going to get a quartermaster for the party wages. So that's going to be nice, but not something we have to worry about. So we'll take Spartan right now because again, remember our morale is also worse for 5 years because of our pick for Banner Kings, and we are going to get a quartermaster to go ahead and take care of all that stuff. So again, we're going to look for the party leader stat is going to be more important. We also gained an additional attribute point and also focus point, so I think it's probably time to go ahead and stick one in intelligence because that's going to be quite useful. And then we have another focus point, which I'm going to stick into riding. Just really get that up because, again, something we're going to have to transition to in the late game, which is going to be really, really fun, by the way, is going to be a different lifestyle. And that's going to be the Valandian specific one, which is lordship and also riding. They're the skills we need to level up, and they'll give us, again, new bonuses right here. We can also learn another language, which might not be a bad idea to do. And, of course, start to learn books because, again, something I didn't even mention, there is an entire new unit tree up here, or sorry, skill tree up here, which we can experiment with, level up, get some really good bonuses. Again, this stuff isn't going to be as important until we level up a little bit, but still something to, of course, keep in mind. Okay, so here we go, a tournament, a really, really good cape right there, 36 armor, I will take. However, I'm not sure how much I really rate us on winning this. My crossbow skill is going to be really bad. As long as I can maybe get a hit off here, you can see like the skill of my crossbow is so bad. No, why did you have to die? Okay, yeah, I think I might have just wasted my money right there. Oh my god. Yeah. Yep. Luckily, he got really bad hits on me. It's so hard to get distance here without a shield. I can hit him and strike him, and piercing his armor is going to be important. And you can see he like feints loads, and if I don't stagger him and he can get his strike off, then it becomes really bad. There you go. Battle's the distance we needed to be at. But because my athletics is so bad, it's like almost impossible when I try to kick him and failed. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do just get screwed like that, and it's unfortunate. So we didn't get that, but we gained some athletics. But yeah, you can see because my stats just aren't fair. If I get the wrong weapon type and my guy gets 2 hit, it's really bad. But you can also see how awesome RBM is. Like, because I was too close to him and he was closing the distance, he was able to like really get me off guard and take me down. Of course, my armor isn't good either. So this is a really, really good experience. So let's head back down south, probably sell the rest of his beer. Well, actually, let's see how much we can maybe purchase here. If there's anything good here we can buy and then sell in the south. Oh my god, look at this battle. You can already start to see like the unit sizes get up there for the looters really heavily. And there's so many different types, which I think is just really, really fun. Yeah, 38 angry mobs right there. That'd be a scary battle, especially with our low tier army. I definitely would not be willing to get kind of stuck in right there. But we bought some butter or cheese. No, yeah, cheese right there, and we're gonna make our way to Galland. Apparently I could sell it here for a profit. Again, I'm not sure how accurate that is. Yeah, there you go. Boom, sell it for a nice profit right there. Basically all of it. We make a ton of money right there. We also gain loads of point in trade. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I love it. We'll definitely go ahead and grab the upgrade for the trade goods, get rid of that penalty. Ideally, I want to get to 125 trade so that my my workshops or caravans can start gaining me renowned every day. That's just a passive income we want to work our way towards. That'd be really, really nice to grab. Also, troop-wise, no more recruitment. That's fine. We have to 28 soldiers now. Let's head south again. Maybe see if we can find some more missions, or even just take out some local thugs. Maybe there's a mission here. Oh my god, that is a cursed child right there. Peace to you, my good friend. That's probably all I need right there. Okay, what do you have for me? You have in and out? No way am I doing that mission. The peasants are rising up in Valandia. This is a little bit scary. I wouldn't mind maybe taking on this 36 stack, but definitely want to avoid that. You can also see as well that they definitely have some better soldiers in there. Yeah, they actually have some peasant soldiers in that army. Whereas these guys are going to just all Valandian peasants. This should be a much better battle for us. Yeah, definitely. Again, Valandia has some issues for sure when it comes to kind of keeping their people happy. So let's go and just take this hill. We'll let the enemy come to us. The crossbows should be able to fire in quite nicely, and then the cavalry should get a good charge in on the flank. Okay, the crossbows are opening up on them. Probably not a bad idea to form a shield wall with our infantry line. Nice, some good kills right off the bat. Oh, they are coming like right around the flank here. Can they even get up here maybe? I don't think. Maybe this is the only way we can actually get up. Okay, infantry need to get over there ASAP. Get out of that formation. Hold here. Now form that shield wall again. The crossbows keep on firing in. Oh, also, it'd be very interesting to see how our new sword acts as well. Let's charge in the infantry right there, because these guys are very lightly armored. Oh, yeah, that sword does so much more damage than our starting one right there. Perfect. Infantry, probably go kind of aggressive now as well. It's not the end of the world if we lose some of our mercenary units. And also, oh, our guy's head just got cut clean off. Brutal. It's not the end of the world if we lose a few soldiers. And I doubt these guys are giving too much experience, but it's worth kind of, acting a little bit safe against them. Ideally, really would like to take out one of them. You can see that one actually broke my guard with that weapon because I didn't block at the exact time. Again, RBM makes combat a little bit more difficult. You actually have to block at the right time. Otherwise, I'll kind of break your guard a little, which is never a good sign. And again, we don't want to let as many of these guys escape if we can help it. Again, that's another slice. And then only a few of them left now. We did end up losing a handful of soldiers, but as long as we lose the mercenary ones, I'm not that annoyed. I want to keep my Valandians alive and get the good experience right there. You're a loyal soldier. It's just this guy, right? No, you're a good soldier as well. Yeah, as long as I don't lose my, vagabond... Oh, vagabonds died, no! Yeah, losing the mercenary guard I don't mind too much, because as I said, I don't think they're completely compatible with RBM, so we kind of miss out on them. Leveling up the serfs is going to be important. Now, the question is, what route do we want to go? I mean, I guess getting the veteran longswords is going to be more important. I mean, the cavalry is nice. I mean, obviously, we have the elite cavalry as well. Leveling you up is going to be important. More crossbows important. And I think just going for swordsman to begin with is going to be kind of getting that sturdy line is going to be kind of the play right off the bat. So let's do that. Tons of loot as well. Better feet. That's probably a little bit cooler. Oh, a straw hat. Nice. Okay, I can become king of the pirates. Hell yeah. And then just a ton of crappy loot that we'll be able to sell, basically, for maybe 1,000 gold or two. I have to be a little bit careful. There is actually a beat patrol right there looking to, I guess, rally soldiers to their cause. And we only have 17 men, so again, the longer the game goes on, the bigger these parties do get. So it's kind of almost like a ticking clock, which I love in games like Battle Brothers, where you're basically up against the game, because as the game progresses, so does everybody else. Oh, beer is selling for a massive profit here. That's going to be tons of trade experience. Yeah, 6 trade experience. We'll take that. I think it'll be quite fun now to actually go ahead and make our way over to the Empire to do a little bit of criminal activity, kind of break things up. And again, if we run into any like looters, we can definitely do that. I also bought an absolute ton of clay, which I'm hoping to sell for a bit of a profit as we make our way over here. It should be fairly profitable to go in here. Oh, there's also a little bit of a beat patrol here. I'll chase these guys down. We should be able to catch them, and yeah, definitely we will be able to. Yeah, this will be a little bit of a harder battle for sure, but this will be a good way to kind of like continue to level up and get our serfs into a bit of a better position. I'm also going to go ahead and leave the cavalry off on the flank, and yeah, go ahead and fight them. Oh yeah, you can see our beautiful new straw hat. If only it was red, we could definitely become king of the pirates for sure. Let's go ahead and set up our defensive line. As I said, these guys are going to be a little bit better at their kind of armor wise, so maybe we'll go up and harass them a little bit, maybe try and force them to utilize their throwing weapons before they get in on us. So you can see right off the bat, these guys do have better shields. They have maces. They're of course more attuned to beating people over the head and then forcing them to join up before they really know what's happened. So yeah, more harassment is going to be good. Obviously, if we knock them down, that's going to be perfect. And yeah, right there, nice little strike to the head. Perfect kind of angling right there. The rest of them are going to be a little bit more difficult. Hopefully the crossbows can also start firing in now, maybe rack one off. We even have a Valandian slinger who will eventually level up into a elite bowman. But let's make our way down. The cavalry can now charge, and we're going to come in here and again hit them as they try and fall back. Maybe even dismount as well, because I feel like we're probably a bit more useful on foot for now with this new sword that we have. And I'm actually going to tell the boys to engage. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive on the line. They're going to sit back, because I feel like our roster is way better at moving up. And oh my god, this sword is so much better than the one we were using. We actually do serious damage now, especially if we get the right angles and we stay far enough away. You can see our pommel's hitting him a bit too much right now, and he of course has a better armor. Oh, nice, good hit right there by the Valandian serf. And we've got these guys surrounded here. We're kind of unfortunately bouncing off this guy's armor. So it's got a bit more piercing. Again, I think this sword is going to be way better against better armor if we kind of stab, whereas we just slash. You can see not as much damage. And then we can charge now. We've got these guys down to a few men. Oh yeah, look at this guy's armor. He actually has proper mail on his back. That would be a big upgrade if we managed to loot that. And there you go. Nice little engagement. Again, losing some men, preferably. Yeah, the Valandian serfs are the ones going down. But yeah, these are good soldiers as well, because they level up into slave masters. The guild masters are really good units. They have good stats for sure. Yeah, look, about 175 riding. And even racketeers are decent. So we might decide to keep these guys. We might also just sell them, because money is nice. All nice and good upgrades on the Valandian serfs. As I said, we're going to go hard on the infantry. Now, the question comes, do we leave these guys as Valandian serfs until they all level up? Because that's a very good tip for anybody looking to play more of this, is do you leave? If you leave them all as one unit, they level up as one unit, so there's more of them to get experience, and then they all level up really fast. I think, though, I'm going to go with just Valandian footmen, because getting that shield on them is going to be a big upgrade. And then we're not that far off the elite versions of them, so I'm going to take that. We could also look at maybe picking up some of the Imperial soldiers. They get really good in the late tiers. They have some very, very scary infantry. I mean, the Empire always is such a well-rounded faction. I did say I wanted to come here, though, to maybe go ahead and start building up a bit of criminal rating, so we'll try and scam the local populace. Unfortunately, we failed that. God, our roguery really isn't good, but we can speak to this guy and maybe see if we can prove our skills. I can take care of the guards. I think that'll be a good idea, and we'll try and take basically try and take out one of the guards at nighttime. That does mean, though, we do actually have to go ahead and purchase some better armor. or some nighttime. Because if you remember, we sold all of this in the beginning. Let's go ahead and buy our stuff there. Maybe the long striped cape would be good. I mean, obviously, some armor is going to be very important. Luckily, they actually have some half decent ones right there. We could also even wear a lady's dress if we needed to. I think, though, that's probably going to be a good setup. I mean, again, we don't look exactly great, but I think maybe just doing something like that wouldn't be a bad idea. And then, of course, we need an actual weapon that would be strong enough to kill him. We also don't want to break the bank, though, with these, like, 7,000 gold weapons. But we will be doing this a fair amount, so maybe something like this. How big is that weapon? Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Maybe the narrow sword. It has 49 relative skill. Swing damage is decent. Again, we actually need the skill to wield this effectively. Or maybe even just the short sword. How big is the short sword? Yeah, maybe something like that. I mean, our skill is decent enough. Yeah, we definitely can't afford anything that expensive. I don't want to burn through all my money this early on. So yeah, let's just go with a narrow sword, and now is time to wait until nighttime, and then we enter the city and we try and kill a guard and make it out safely. Oh my god, this looks so awesome as well. I definitely wish Taleworlds would make it like so that you do visit these cities more. And again, I love Thorbury because that does make you actually enter this, but look at that, it's like a local gang by the docks. It looks awesome, it really does, especially when we actually get the ability to take over the gang and start earning some money that way and doing some cool crazy stuff. That's gonna be awesome. So I think this is going to be the only way to do this without getting someone who is actually like out in the open. We're going to wait for this guy to come in. I'm going to draw my sword and then we're going to go for it. I can't even go for him. Does he go back into the gatehouse maybe? There's another guard right there though. And I think he might aggro on us. So let's see what this guy... Okay, he's just patrolling here. Perfect. Let's go around, pull out our sword, talk to him, say, yeah, let's say it looks like it's not your day, and just hope that we can get him. Oh, do you know damage to him? Oh, and he one-hits us. That is so brutal. And I think all the other guards did aggro on me anyway, so yeah, not good. You're quickly surrounded by guards who take away your weapons with curse and insults. They throw you into the dungeon, and now we are a captive. Luckily, we were able to escape though from that. But yeah, not a good mission. Missions are hard. Also, oh my god, there is a big battle going in against the pirates. We definitely want to get involved in this one. Hopefully, we just kind of get on the tail end of it, which is a real shame. However, it will be cool to maybe end this episode with a little look-see at all the units and stuff that we might be seeing later on in the campaign. Okay, so a lot of these Imperial armies are actually pretty low level right now. One of the other things I love as well about all the new different kind of banner icons and stuff is that it makes the battles feel so alive when it comes to all the banners. Like, there's so many different types of banners in battle, which just look really cool. You can see the Imperials also have a lot of pikemen. Their spears are very, very lengthy. And with RBM, that makes them so deadly. But I think for the most part, we just have to charge in onto the pirates. They're not really going to stand much of a chance. They have probably some decent units, but, you know, it's literally 12 versus 300. So I think they're actually maybe routing or running. Ideally, if I can get... Okay, they got fire. I think they might have explosive arrows as well. So hopefully that doesn't hit any other... Oh, they're coming on us as well. Yeah, I think they almost... Yeah, they one-hit my cavalry, maybe? We have to be careful. But let's move up because we want to try and get as many kills as possible here. Yeah, our spear, unfortunately, glancing off. Their fire arrows going to be very deadly. And I'm also very low on HP as well, so I have to be careful. And boom, just like that, clearing out the pirate scum who, I guess, seemingly decided to get stuck in here and unfortunately end up getting killed. If I can maybe get a kill on one of these guys, that'd be good experience. My horse, unfortunately, going down as well. Yeah, I can't get a distance on him. I need to level up my athletics. That is actually something that's going to be very important. Friendly cavalry or enemy cavalry? Friendly cavalry right there. Oh my god, that guy's carrying a ton. You see some of the medieval knights there as well as the banners. And yeah, some of these are going to be some of the... I think these are like a mercenary cult for the Valandians. One of their cultural, like, crusading factions, which look very cool. And again, we can hire these guys as mercenaries later on down the line, which is going to be awesome. And again, I love the look of these guys. They look very, very cool. Again, this is one of the minor factions in the game. Can we actually select them? I'm not sure if we can. Yeah, you can actually select them. The Red Shanks are a band of mercenary outlaws roaming the lands of Britannia, utilizing the grassy hills in the outskirts of Britannia. The Red Shanks spend their time raiding unprotected caravans. It's just so many of these, and it's so goddamn cool to see them all. It really is. Especially, yeah, there's a minor one. You can see all the different ones. Like the Knightly Order was the other faction we just got involved in right there. They're a religious military order. It's just so goddamn cool. Getting some relation with them isn't a bad idea. Oh, and also, I think that's a better weapon, right? Better swing speed. Sure, we'll take that for now. It's a bit shorter, but I think that's fine. We'll obviously keep hold of that right now. And again, some better head armor, which we can just sell. We'll take that. Finally, our one-handed skill did, of course, level up, which is good. So we'll probably take the extra swing speed. I'm not sure how much we're going to be using axes and maces. But also, axes and maces are going to be really good because of RBM. When we get to the mid to late game and everybody's in heavy armor, like, maces are going to be the way to break that heavy armor. Swords are not going to be as valuable unless you kind of get underneath the armpit, which is also a thing in RBM, where if you do hit them kind of in between their kind of chest and upper arm, you actually do get like a critical hit underneath their armor and do loads of damage. But I think maces are going to be more important, so we're going to grab this for the late game, I think. We also have 2 focus points, which I guess sticking another point in athletics is just going to be useful. Tournaments, and I guess start to level up leadership a little bit as well. I mean, maybe leveling up scholarship. How do we even level this up? By reading, writing, and well-known knowledge in libraries. Okay, how to learn, read books, learn languages, progress in lifestyles. That could also not be a bad one. We might put some points into that afterwards, and obviously lordship is going to be important later on down the line when we do actually get to that point. Something as well that I didn't even mention in this is I do very, very much want to craft a legendary weapon in this game. There are a ton of custom armors because of all the like mods we're using for better armors and stuff. There's some really cool weapons in here that we can go ahead and craft, and I want to get to that point. I don't want to abuse crafting to make tons of money, but there's some really nice weapons. And also, there's some really, really nice armors as well in the game that you can go ahead and craft because of Banner Kings. So there's stuff that we can do, and that's something I want to progress towards. Maybe in the late game, I want to get a good companion who can craft us a legendary weapon. And yeah, that's something I want to do. You know, there's some really, really cool stuff, armors, weapons, etc., which I think will make the campaign really fun and just kind of, you know, work towards that. So there's so much stuff in this campaign. If you guys support this campaign, we can basically just have so much fun. The mid to late game, when the campaign kind of gets a bit boring, will just be just filled with so many features. We can craft weapons, we can just do anything, and have epic battles, manage settlements with Banner Kings, worry about population, taxes, rebellions. We can do assassination missions. This just has the potential to be one of the best campaigns I have ever done on the channel, and I just really hope you guys enjoy it, and of course, please do drop a like and a comment down below. Honestly, it makes so much difference if you guys watch these the entire way through. Let me know in the comments that you guys enjoy this. Give me names for companions down below, and just by dropping likes, it does so much at pushing these to more people so they can also watch this. And yeah, if these do well, I'll obviously upload them very regularly. As I mentioned as well, I am planning on making it so that I do edit the live streams of these down, so you guys will just be watching it like a normal edited Let's Play, so just like this. And please do let me know if that is something that you guys want to continue to see on the channel, because again, depending on the likes, comments, and views, that's going to determine whether or not I keep on doing it. So if that is something that you guys want to see, please do let me know. And I think that is it for the legendary Dong. We are going to go ahead and leave it there. I think we made a good kind of progress. We leveled up our renown fairly decently. We're almost, so I think next episode we easily make it to clan rank 1 and we can start being a mercenary and actually start fighting in some of these major wars for Valandia and start earning a lot of money, which will allow us to get workshops, which we can then level up. In Banner Kings, you can level up workshops and stuff and start earning good money, start looking to maybe expand our influence in Valandia, and of course just fight in big goddamn battles. Finally, I will just mention that everything you guys are watching, all of it will be down below in the playlist. I'll link both the live stream playlist and also the episode playlist down below in the description. So if you're watching this afterwards, if you're watching this in a month or 2 or a year or however long, all the episodes will be down below in the description. So check them out and enjoy the campaign. Hopefully this will be an epic, epic journey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.